All right, appreciate everybody being here, but not really being here. Zoom is a beautiful thing. No, I thought it was a good first scrimmage. It's the earliest that I've had a team in spring practice, scrimmage, getting out there for practice 5. I thought it was a good opportunity for guys to see exactly, where they are with, no coaches, no extra assistants, having to go out there and communicate, operate, understand the play that you have, but also, the details and the fundamentals. And, for the most part, I thought the guys did a really good job of understanding the play. It was definitely, I thought it was a lot better than what I really expected, in the understanding of what to do. We've got to continue to improve on how to do it. And the techniques and the fundamentals, some things with our footwork, with our eyes, those are all things that get an opportunity to go and get better. But I thought there was really good plays. I thought the defense, was really good, for the majority of the scrimmage. I thought there was some speed and physicality that definitely showed up. Some impactful plays. You created a couple fumbles. You were able to see the talent and ability that I believe we have on that side of the ball. And, I thought the offense did a good job of responding. We had some missed opportunities, definitely some throws we'd like to have back. But, also, there were some missed opportunities where we had a chance to finish a play and didn't. And but then, there were some explosive moments. Malik Benson had a touchdown. Cam Davis had a touchdown. There was some guys that definitely you showed up, and had some explosive plays. So I like what I'm seeing. I thought the newcomers did a good job. Landon Thomas showed up. Did some really good things. Jalen Lucas got into space I think a couple times. Really just I thought it was a good overall work day for our guys and what we needed to do for scrimmage 1. So with that, I'll take questions.
My first question is going to come from Tommy Meyer.
Hey, Coach. With spring practice and in all the construction going on, have there been any challenges through scrimmage, or through the practice? Have you noticed any challenges with all the construction going on?
No, I mean there was obviously there's just different elements but we had plenty of space and I guess distractions with construction going on, but ultimately it was good to be able to get in the stadium and for guys to be able to get work out there on the field.
Hey, Mike, was wondering how much did you guys mix and match on the offensive line on the day, and just in general, how did that group hold up?
No, I mean I thought they did some good things. We tried to mix quite a bit and roll different personnel groupings with the 5, and that's something we try to do regardless just throughout the spring practice. I mean you're going to see that quite a bit, but I thought they did a solid job. There were some plays that obviously we got to be a lot cleaner just in our communication, but I thought there for the most part there was a solid performance.
With obviously all the quarterbacks have looked good so far this spring, but DJ having so much experience, did that kind of give him? Was that obvious going in the stadium, or did Brock kind of have that too, since he's played in some games as well?
Well, I mean, you still look at, Brock does have a year within the system, and there's, I would say that even right now, Brock has probably a little bit more confidence, maybe in some of the things that he's being asked to do, because we've thrown a lot in the installations in the first 4 days. I think DJ's done really well in grasping that. I think he's done really well, his overall understanding, but now it's just a repetition. And he needed a day like today, and there were some really good moments. There were some, some plays where kind of, I'd say, resorted back to, maybe not the cleanest in his footwork or in his fundamentals, but that's what today's all about. It's because they've been good. I mean, they've been really good those first 4 days. And I thought Brock had some good moments. He had some challenge times. I tell you, I thought Luke was, for our first scrimmage, I thought Luke was outstanding. We really gave him, his last couple of drives, and we tried to put it in his hand, let him kind of have to move the ball down the field. And I saw it as he as he got into the scrimmage, I thought he really did a nice job of being able to go and execute. So it was good for all those guys to have positive moments. But then, there was definitely some plays and things that we got to clean up when it comes to just the finer details, and that will definitely come with more repetition.
Next will be Kurt Weiler.
And Mike, you talked about the plays on defense. I guess what role did the defensive line have in maybe affecting the quarterbacks, affecting some of those throws you said they probably want back?
Yeah, well, I think you got guys. I know Pat had an early sack. You saw, Daryl Jackson definitely flashed. You saw Marvin Jones. Sione, Tomei. I mean, all those guys. I thought had good moments. Byron Turner, showed up. It's a mix. It's not just in the passing game, but I'm looking for the impact in the run game. Being able to create penetration. There were some plays that got out on us, and I think the technique and fundamental elements of what we're doing to make sure we're keeping our eyes where they need to be. Will be big and be a big correction coming off of this practice. But I thought the defensive front did a really solid job.
All right, we'll go back to Chris.
You always talk about how you like seeing how newcomers, especially freshmen, respond that first time in Doak. How did that group beyond Luke, who you already talked about, how did they handle it?
I thought they did good. You got Lawayne McCoy made a couple really nice plays. I mentioned Landon. Cam Davis. Looked like he definitely belonged out there. He was rolling with all the different groups. Had a couple of real explosive plays. So I thought that was definitely good to see. Defensively, definitely some flashes. From guys there. Not only in the defensive backfield, but also just throughout the defense. I thought for those young linebackers. For them to be able to get that speed work was good, and we'll get a chance to watch the film and really get a better sense of what that looked like.
Ira will be next.
Ira, nobody can hear you, but we see your mouth.
First scrimmage of the spring. Sorry.
Did you do that on purpose?
No, I wish I could say I did.
Because that would have been really cool if you did.
Malik has been a guy that you've talked up off the field and in a lot of different ways. Just has he been everything you guys hoped he would be, or even more?
No, I mean, we had big expectations. When he came in, this is somebody that we knew too. In the previous part of the recruitment, just a sense of who he is, the talent and ability that he had. He did play a good amount. Maybe he didn't have the catch production, but when you see talent and ability, I felt that it was something that we could continue to help him and provide opportunities to showcase that in a variety of ways, and he hasn't disappointed in any of those things. But I'm excited about that group. I think our receiver group, they could definitely run. There were some big plays that they had out there, and I think he's definitely going to be a part of a lot of different things that we can do. And his speed, athletic ability. He scored a touchdown on really a short pass where he showcased his running ability after the catch, which I was really pleased to see.
Next will be Perry.
Coach, with it being such an early scrimmage in the practice schedule, did you still have referees out there? And if yes, why? How do you think your team did with overall penalties?
Yeah, we had ACC officials, and that was we've been having a big focus on cleaning up our hand placement and trying to do the best job possible of eliminating any potential penalties. And there were a few that showed up today, and it was technique, as fundamentals, things that you got to continue to work and develop. But it wasn't. I would say excessively sloppy. There were a few, focus penalties, or a few, things that showed up. But, for sometimes new guys coming in and experiencing different things, I thought they handled themselves pretty well. And obviously areas for improvement, but I thought they did a nice job.
Go back to Chris.
You mentioned a couple fumbles, if I recall correctly. Was it a good example of guys trying to ball loose, or was it bad ball security? I know it's always kind of a catch-22 with practice when it comes to those things.
Yeah, no, I mean, it was first to start off with, aggressiveness to the ball. And that's something that, for us defensively, we've been emphasizing as much as we probably ever have, just and try to incorporate that in all drills. You're trying to create more opportunities, and you see that showing up. And we were able to get a couple balls out, which was definitely good to see. And I think even in times where the ball doesn't come out, we're coaching the ball security element of it offensively. We want it to be better. It's something we take a lot of pride in, and so an opportunity for offensive guys to grow, coming out of the scrimmage.
Last one's going to come from Kurt.
What did you see, I guess, from the linebacker group? It seems like a group with a lot of guys with something to prove this spring. And I guess we've talked a lot about the quarterbacks handling the headsets, but those guys, a lot of them are wearing headsets too. How is that working for them so far?
Well, I thought DJ Lundy looked like we need him to look. I mean, he was flying all over the field, saw physical plays. He was working in his communication. I'm excited about that group. I think you look at that next group of guys that are trying to really emerge and put themselves in position, whether it's Blake Nicholson, Justin Cryer, Sean Murphy. I mean, and then some of those the younger guys, whether it's DeMarco Ward or obviously Jaden and Tymir. I mean, that's a fun group to see compete because they are talented. They have ability. They can run. It's just the finer details of the communication, that keeping their eyes where they're supposed to be. But that group has been one of the I would say the pleasant surprises for me throughout these early practices, because their fits are. They're good with their fits. They're good with the communication. They're still working on some of the elements of the coverages, but that can all be expected there early. And but I would say that their progression is probably a little further ahead of where I might have even expected of where they are. And I'm excited about what that group's going to continue to develop to be.
All right, thank you, Coach.
Thank you, guys.
Coach.